Estonia now has a brand new modern ice rink, Tallinn Arena. There is about 20,000 square meters of usable space in the building, which will create new opportunities for Estonian ice sports. But between the walls of grey concrete hides a surprisingly warm atmosphere, made welcoming by some remarkable wooden ceiling structures. The complex has, among other things, 2 practice rinks. Thanks to this, now Lasnamäe, a 10-minute drive from downtown, has a place for skating and hockey training. The new ice hall appreciably improves the notable scarcity of rinks in the capital city and is also a representative competition arena. Skating fans will certainly notice the majestic, soaring glulam truss roof system above their heads. This was engineered and installed by the Estonian firm Klijuota. The practice rink's trusses are 37 meters long, while the main arena boasts Estonia's longest bridging distance. From end to end, it measures a record-breaking 62 meters, 20 meters longer than previously built. The multi-purpose hall can seat up to 7,000 spectators. In addition to international ice skating competitions, basketball matches and even concerts can be held here, and the list of uses goes on. It is worth mentioning that a building of this scale and complexity was constructed in just 14 months. To stay on schedule, it was vital that the installation of the ceiling trusses took as little time as possible. What kind of innovative approaches were used to erect this glulam roof system for Estonia's most modern skating hall? The trusses for the main arena, as well as the practice rinks, were pre-produced as large pieces in Põlva at Klijuota's factory. For the practice rinks in particular, 48 half trusses were produced and loaded onto trucks 4 at a time. The distance to their destination was 250 kilometers. The use of half trusses made for both easier transportation and working of the glulam at the factory. Production of the trusses began in Põlva 2 months before assembly in Tallinn and required the full capacity of the factory for 3.5 months. The belts of the trusses were pressed into an arced mold and given their precise shape by the CNC machining center. Mid-October 2013, the assembling of the roof system was in full swing. 12 trusses were needed in total to cover the roof. On this rink, half of them are already in place. Contact points, 3 steel plates are hidden within the timber where the dowels go through. In the course of construction, over 32,000 of these rods were pounded into place. Just 1 crane was needed to lift the trusses for the practice rink. Bolted to previously aligned base plates. The ceiling structure of the main arena was brought from Põlva in thirds. The truck loads were 7 meters wide. For as smooth a ride as possible, the trucks made their trips to Tallinn at night. The first large truss was lifted into place on October 25th. 2 cranes were used to ensure stability, though the weight of the truss, 25 metric tons, would have required only 1. Each long truss is made to bear 150 tons in addition to its own weight. The installation here was also made simple by detailed preliminary work and precise blueprints. Surveyors were also used after each truss was placed, just to make sure it was in exactly the right spot. These fishbelly trusses with a long bridging distance are a tried and true solution. As the cranes moved forward, the connecting members were placed and the stands were enclosed. By the time half of the 14 trusses were installed, the practice rink was already covered. The curling hall, with its glulam roof beams, was also being completed. The individual roof-bearing structures of the main arena were put together from 3 pieces. After the dowels were pounded in, caps were installed over them. This additional measure ensures the integrity of the roof in case of a fire. Even after an hour of intense burning, there would be enough of the truss cross-section left to hold up the roof. It was important to get the roof finished before winter. This allowed other interior work to proceed. It only took 6 weeks to assemble the large trusses. In the completed configuration, the distance in the main arena from the first truss to the last one is 78 meters. Klijuota also designed and installed 2 glulam frames for the entrance. The cooperation between Tallinn's Sports and Youth Work Bureau, the architects Kadarik and Tur, and the main contractor Merco had gone just as planned, and a topping out celebration was held on December 5th. "15 meters above the ice of the main arena is a whole other world. The walkways here are used for maintenance and for hanging sound equipment or other devices. From here you can also take a closer look at the work that was done. The interior architecture shows off the glulam to stunning effect. The light color of the wood gives a strong contrast to the darkness of the steel roof. At a total cost of 28 million euros, Tallinn Arena is Klijuota's largest and most demanding job to date. All of the skills acquired over the years went into this project, as well as 1,360 cubic meters of glulam. Beautiful, warm, and environmentally friendly, Tallinn Arena is the most representative example of the potential of glulam in all of modern Estonian architecture. This accomplishment will inspire even more to look toward glulam in the future.